This next news story comes to us from IGN, written by Ryan Dinsdale. Ubisoft apologizes to Japanese historical reenactment group for using its flag in Assassin's Creed Shadows art without permission. So there was a previous article of this that introduced it where they kind of got called out, but this is a response to the original article. But Ubisoft has apologized after using a Japanese historical reenactment group's flag in concept art for Assassin's Creed Shadows without permission. As reported by Silicon Era, Ubisoft Japan issued an apology on Twitter and admitted it used the flag in 2 pieces of art without permission. It also claimed to have apologized to the flag's owner, Sekigahara Tepotai, a historical reenactment group made up of volunteers who performed to the public at festivals and other events. Eagle-eyed fans noticed the identical recreation of the flag, which can be seen below in a piece of concept art for the Japan set Assassin's Creed, released alongside its full reveal. It was raised to a leading member of the Sekigahara Tepotai, Twitter user at matchlock_cage, who posted a photo of the real flag taken on October 27th, 2019, and expressed concern at it being used by Ubisoft without permission. Ubisoft has now apologized for using the flag, however, and said it will no longer use the associated artwork, with one exception: the presumably already printed physical art book featured in the collector's edition of the Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ubisoft has said it strived to make the world of Assassin's Creed Shadows as authentic as possible. So Assassin's Creed Shadows was fully revealed in May 2024 as a Japan set entry where players take control of 2 protagonists, the stealthy shinobi Naoi and the action-oriented Yasuke, who's a real figure from Japanese history. IGN had a...
people said he didn't exist.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying.
The sudden Japanise historians.
Yeah, all these Japanese historical experts
coming out of the woodwork. But okay.
I must have picked the wrong article. I think this actually is the original one, because there's a newer one where basically they said they didn't accept the apology, and I do not have that here. I can find it here, but yeah, so the updated article is saying, hey, we're not cool with it, and we also want it out of the art book as well, because that's kind of what I want to talk about here on the show is, do you think Ubisoft is throwing like 1,000 of these art books just in a furnace somewhere and starting over? Not. Or do you think it's payday for this group, you know?
So here's what I think. I think they will donate the ones with that flag, with that art in it, and just use it as a tax write-off, and then get the rest of them done and reprinted without the flag in it. And then those they'll sell and profit off of. That makes the most. I don't know if you can do that. I'm sure there's of course, other precedents that you have to follow and business practices and whatnot. But we also know that businesses are very slimy and will do whatever they can to save some money. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said, they donate the ones that have the pictures in there to different museums or, influencers or galleries or anything like that, or local game shops.
Yeah.
Use
them for giveaways.
So that way they can write them off.
So yeah, here's the article. Ubisoft apology for using historical is not enough, group says. But however, the apology was deemed not enough for the historical reenactment group. We've discussed the matter again. We have asked Ubisoft to remove the image from the collector's edition art book. I'm not sure if this will be possible, and I've contacted Ubisoft through their support. Ubisoft has yet to respond, but IGN has asked for comment. So that's all there was. Basically, they're like, hey, you can't use it. So that's... so I think I'm right there with you. They're not going to just ditch a bunch of these art books, right? They're going to figure out either some way to get around it, or they just need to pay the group. I don't... pay and credit the group, I guess. They get a cut. I don't know how you come up with a number for that. They get a percentage of the collector's sales or something like that. I guess on the other hand too, it seems... Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I'm not playing devil's advocate here, because I think it's wrong to steal other people's artwork. But this, I guess there's not a lot of context here for what where did this design originally come from? Because if this is a group of historical people who do historical reenactments, isn't this flag just from history then? It's not actually their flag either? I'm confused. I guess I'm confused by... Right?
Can you trademark a flag though?
I don't think you can. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, if it's original artwork, then as soon as they make it, like it's theirs. That is, they can do that.
Right. So it must be some alteration to the design.
Yeah.
That makes it their own. Like maybe they sold their own logo or whatever troop or theater and wove it into the design of the flag.
Maybe
that makes sense.
Because to me it seems weird. I'm like, wait a second. If you're a you brought this up before the show because you were asking what kind of historical reenactment group are they?
Right.
But you think
I was curious.
You think about what you brought up was talking about like Civil War reenactment, people who do Civil War reenactment, and like they're utilizing like American flags and Confederate flag, or like, you know, like different flags from that time that were historically accurate. So in my head, I'm like, okay, if these people are doing historical reenactments, they should be using flags that are historically accurate from that time period, which means they don't own that design. That design was owned by someone who lived hundreds or thousands of years ago, right? Like,
right.
So I guess we're not getting enough context from the group themselves. Like, it just seems weird. So that's all. If they made it, if it's their design, then 100% Ubisoft needs to pay them out. But if they're claiming it's theirs when it's not, that's where I'm kind of like, what's going on here? Like aren't you
right?
Like if you're reenacting a group that lived in Japan thousands of years ago, you don't own that design. They could do people. Ubisoft.
You literally cannot own it. You cannot buy it. It was a thing before any of you were here.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just it's just a weird situation where we're not getting a lot of information about it. Granted, it's not like a huge deal, so that's probably why we're not getting information, because who cares? You know, in the end, it's like,
right,
this isn't gonna.
We're not benefiting from it.
Yeah, it's not even in the game, so it's not like it's gonna change the game in the end. It's not like they have to remake the entire game in like 3 months. You know. It's not like every soldier in the entire game has it sewn onto their arm, you know, or something like that. It's like,
thank goodness, right? If I was the dev team and I heard that news, I would have fainted.
Yeah. Oh man.
You mean we got to go back and change all that? And we're only 2 months out till launch, so we have to QA all over again? Oh my god.
Craziness. So yeah, I'm sure. I hope it works out in the group's favor. As long as it is in fact their original design as they claim. Again, it seems weird. Like if you're a reenactment group, you shouldn't have original designs. You should have designs from the time period you're reenacting. But I digress. Thank you so much for watching that clip from our podcast. Remember, if you want to watch the full episode, link will be in the description below. You can click on that and check it out. We got listener questions. We got more news segments. We got what you playing. We got a lot of fun things. So yeah, more than just the news. There's a lot more to the show that you should go check out. So remember, click that link in the description. Check out that full episode.